Hey, what's good, peoples, man? Before we get this episode started, it'd be dope if you toss us a like, a subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on those bell notifications, man. We truly appreciate it.
You're not my man. You're not my man. You're a genius.
What is good, everybody? It is your loving host, John D. Contradiction. I'm here with Reckless, and we are about to dive into this dope-ass interview. So please join in, talk your shit. Talk shit with us, talk shit at us, all that good shit. But introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? Or me?
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? My name's Raaqel. I am a rapper. I'm from San Francisco, California. I've lived many places, but I'm back in the Bay living right now. And I was gone for a minute. But now I'm back in Cali and I'm happy to be here. Well, actually, I'm on Oregon right now, geographically, but I'm living in the Bay. So
make it move.
Nothing wrong with it. All right. So to get down to the nitty gritty, tell us how you first got into music.
Oh, shoot, man. I first got into music because my older brother was a scratch DJ. So my older brother was like scratching. He's like much older than me. So like by the time that I was like 6, 7, he was making me like scratch mixtapes. I was listening to all the dope shit, like off the records, recorded onto a cassette tape. Now I'm aging myself. And, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that's really how I got into music. Music is just, you know, been a part of my life my whole life. I've always written bars of some sort, you know, and, you know, I just... I love music. My dad's a conga drummer and salsa dancer. My dad is a badass drummer. He like knows every single rhythm that there ever has been. Cause I don't know if you know about drum rhythms, but you can learn them all. My dad knows them all. He's a drum teacher. So I think I get a lot of that from my dad, you know, like he's also like a really dope visual artist and just like a creative mind, you know?
Nice. That's fucking dope. So just to touch up on that, my grandfather used to do the conga back in Haiti, out in Haiti, and he was big ass. But he used to, and I remember too, because his hands was like concrete. But he was in like a big Haitian group. So like my last name in Haiti and shit, like everybody's like, oh, the music side, they all know. And he kind of this is a family tale. I don't have the this is a family tale. I'm watching it live on there. I can't do the audio.
Sorry, I fucked up the audio because I was trying to watch Twitch at the same time. My bad.
I go out there. What happened?
But my grandpops, he apparently, coined the term compa for the music that, that.
Oh, wow.
So him and his group, which is him and his brothers and all that shit. So that's actually dope. Like, it's pretty much like kind of the same timeline. My grandpa, he passed, rest in peace. But yeah, apparently he was fucking no joke on there. And I always used to tell him like, yo, why his hands like that? But it's just crazy. But that's dope, man. That's dope. Cause it's built in us. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have no choice.
Yeah, totally. That's how I feel about just like the rap shit in general is just like, I don't know. It's something that I'm always going to do and that I've always done. And that like, I've tried to like push to the side or whatever. It's like, work in the real world and shit. But like, I don't know. I think rap will always be something that I do,
Definitely. And what made you decide to start rapping? Like, what was your main, like, motivation to start, picking up the pen and making your own music?
Well, I used to write a lot of poetry, and then I realized one day that if I wanted anybody to listen to my poems, then a bitch needs to learn how to rap because ain't nobody picking up a book to read no poetry. So I was like, well, bitch, you better get up there and make it happen. So, yeah, no, I had some friends push me as well. Like I have had so many rap names, dog. I used to go by Solace. That was my first rap name. And it was like very like ethereal, like weird raps. Like I had a lot of piercings. Like, like I thought I was like, on some like creepy shit, that was like my first shit. And then I had an ex who was like a real ill double time rapper, and he was he was fresh as fuck. And he'd always be like, you need to learn how to double time. You need to learn how to double time. And I'd be like, man, I ain't gonna try to double time. Like, I don't have to double time to like make my raps cool. And then now, like, pretty much people know me for double timing. So, so you know, like, but yeah, it's always evolving and shit, you know, and it's just, you know, real fun.
That's dope, man. That's dope as shit. Hey, a lot of people start off. I mean, I unapologetically started off on my poetry tip, which is the most most likely shit I'm ever gonna say, but it is how it is. But that's dope. That's a dope transition because it's like it's the same thing. You learn poetry, you listen to music, and if you love music and do poetry, you're like, yeah, this is the same thing. And then you get that confidence. You're like, I could do this. I could do this. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope though. Like I definitely wanted to mention when you were like, oh, that double time stuff, you didn't want to do it. I'm about to say, I reviewed the project. Use double time. Yeah.
I do double time a lot. I used to do it way more, but like now I've like, you know, moved into just like some more chiller styles, you know, especially when I used to perform all the time before COVID. Like, you know, when I would be stacking up too many, I'd be like, bitch, need some slower songs because like
die up there. You start fucking who said it? Nas said it. He was like, when he did Illmatic, he was like, the reason he slowed his whole flow down because he was like, yo, performing that shit was tough. He was like, because he was young. This is the first thing he came out with. And he was like, performing that. He was like, bro, I don't know when to breathe. And it's very true. You got to mix your setup because you see young cats do that shit all the time. They come in here like, oh, I'm just going to rap. And yeah, you got all this passion, but you don't got that much lungs. And they start fucking out and it sounds crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing that I could say that I flex on fools. Like I can rap my raps like live out there and fucking like do like 4 double time songs in a row, or at least I used to. I don't know. I haven't put that shit to the test for a while. Since COVID, really, I've only played one show since COVID, and I'm about to play one at El Rio in San Francisco on February 4th with King Key. That's my next show. That'll be the second time I played out since COVID. So like shit switched up, and then I was just like, you know, waiting for the right time to like change my name and drop the music and all that shit. And then it's just like, you know, and then I was like, all right, I guess it's time to drop it. Fuck it.
So this is a new name.
Yeah. This is a brand new name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is the first release under the new name, the new rebranding. Okay.
No, dope. How'd you land on this name?
Well, you know, it was Raaqel Devar before. My last name is Saldivar. So I was going by Raaqel Devar for the longest. And like the reason for the name change is because I had like an old producer that I work with who was like, you know, trying to pull a bunch of shit. And like, my name is connected to him like forever and always on Spotify because of some releases that were under like labels that I didn't control. So I signed a contract on those. So in order to separate myself from like being connected to his name or giving him plays or whatever, I decided to change my name. And I like didn't really want to release music under the old name because I was like, like, you know, like I just don't want to bring attention and then have people go back and like listen to that other shit, you know? So I eventually decided that the solution was to just change my name, and then we added an A and dropped the Q or the U. But you know, so it's just easy.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, it's good to take control too, because like that's something like this is a rebrand that you can have control of because you wouldn't be able to do that with, you know, the other name if other things are attached to it. That actually, like, I know a lot of stories of shit like that happening, or like, you know, relationships getting strange and like all sorts of stuff, or sometimes like, you know, predatory type label dudes or studio cats who are like, yo, now you got to release this under my name, this type of shit. So it's good to see, you know, you out here like, yo, fuck it, you know, on some Phoenix shit, It's brand
Yeah. I am on some Phoenix shit right now, and it just feels so nice, yo. It feels nice to go to your fucking Spotify page and like there's no bullshit releases with no bullshit ass fools, and then it's all the releases that you like all my hot shit I moved over, and that's all that exists there. So like it just feels really good to be able to present myself in a way that I have control over now, and I have control of every release from here on out. So it's just great to be able to, just fucking at least have that, you know what I mean? At least have that for my music and for myself when I'm out here trying to make moves,
Yeah.
No, yeah. Plus, you can also get motivated to start making more music. Now that you have this fresh, clean slate, fresh canvas of just stuff, you can start, creating with it.
Yeah, more control.
Yeah, actually, that is one thing that I'm actually excited about now is like actually making music. Whereas before I was like I don't know if I want to put this out. Like, just like all the music shit felt like not cool for a minute, and and that was all during COVID and shit, because that shit had happened right before COVID. So, it was just like, the whole COVID music, like for those of us who used to perform all the time and shit, you know what I mean? It was just like, learning to do like lives and like all that type of shit is like, I'm not really like, I'm just like a person that likes to go on stage and rap, you know what I mean? Rather than,
like face to face, you want to talk to people. You don't want to create a whole image online. You got to do all the online shit. It's like another job.
Yeah.
Straight up, it is like another job. As
we all have to adjust though, you know what I'm saying, during this time. But moving on, like, who are your influences coming up in the music?
Who are your influences? Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Who made you want to go, I'm going to rap? Like, give us an artist, a song, something that made you
an album, whatever.
Artist?
Yeah.
An artist, a song. I think that like back in the day,
it's hard.
There's so many artists though. It's so hard. All right. I'll say like Nas was like originally Nas and really Kendrick, and as far as female rappers go, like Lady Leisure is one of my favorite female rappers. I don't know if y'all know her. She's out of the UK, but like that, I like Nas and Kendrick and like more West Coast styles of rap. But like really one of my major influences is like UK rap, like Skepta, Stormzy, all that kind of shit, Lady Leisure. I just kind of really like vibe off of those cadences. And like when I started listening to a lot of UK rap is when I really got into doing the double times, like, and the different cadences and patterns, like a lot. But as far as the warrior spirit, I feel like that's just like my ancestors or my grandmas, and like just I am that's how, I don't know. It's weird. It's just like an alter ego type of thing where that's just what happens when I rap. All of a sudden I'm hella hard, but like, I only do hard when I'm like joking around with my friends at the house. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, not really. That's like, I'm not like the type of bitch that's going to like run up on you and try to throw hands or whatever. You know what I mean? But a lot of people assume that because of what my music sounds like. You know what I mean?
That's what I said it before you even jumped in the room. I was like, yo, the album's hard, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm a little scared, bro. I'm like, yo, I don't know. The camera a little too aggressive. Am I gonna get pressed? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I just think it's just the way that I naturally sound when I start rapping, and that's just always how it's been. And like, it's funny because I have a lot of friends who make some real soft music. You know what I mean? I have a lot because like we get along. You know what I mean? And it's like I fuck with other shit, but like people always be like, "Oh goddamn!" Like, you know what I mean? It's hilarious.
Hey, man. When you make kind of music, you make an image for yourself.
I mean, that's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's dope though. Like mentioning the influences from like UK rap. What's crazy is like I try to put a lot of people onto certain UK artists because a lot of people they're turned off by the accent and all that good stuff. But what's crazy is a lot of UK artists, you could learn a lot from those accents because they bend and play with like their delivery and their, accent and words in such crazy ways. You know,
slang too. They incorporate their slang.
Yeah, like it's the slang, but like the delivery, even their types of double time and their patterns and like rhyme schemes and shit is just so unique. It's so all over the place, and it's like you're losing that kind of that lesson if you're not really like, oh, I don't fuck with their accents. You know what I'm saying? Like there's one dude I tell everyone to listen to from the UK called Dave. This dude,
I don't know him. I gotta check.
He's nice. Like he's nice. He put out when we do the reviews every year, we do like our top albums for the year. He was my favorite album in fucking 2019 or 2020. He dropped this album Psychodrama, and I was blown away. Like I was like, bro, this is some of the best music I've ever heard. And he plays the piano, he does his production, but it's cold, but he hits so many styles and does so many things. And it's just like, bro, you could learn from that album just off rip. And his newest album that came out last year was dope too. But yeah, it's just a cool thing for people to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like with the cadences be the cadences be tight, but let's talk about the bars though. Like the bars in the UK. It's like, so I have this theory. Like, so us as Americans, we're like very straightforward, right? We're like extremely straightforward people, in your face. That's what we're known for, right? So then our style of rapping is like to be the opposite, right? So we're like poetic. We try to like beat around the bush and like weave a metaphor and shit. Yeah. And then the UK, like that's how they speak normally. Like the UK slang and stuff, they're very like beat around the bush. Right. And then when they rap, it's like they're like, we're saying exactly what we. It's so funny. It's like you can like just like, so like layman's term. Like I went to the store, I bought me a keg. Like or like what you know what I mean? It's like it's hilarious.
It's digestible. It's so simple. It's like clean. It's digestible, and that's another reason why I fuck with that dude Dave. His punchlines, you get them as soon as they hit. You get them. You know what I'm saying? And they're not like nothing crazy. Sometimes he'll say some shit, but it's like. I mean, that's a dope way to have music, too. Sometimes you don't want to be here, fucking thinking or pulling out dictionaries. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like certain styles. It's like, all right, some days I'll listen to it. But
yeah, you're like, does it slap? I mean, we all have like guilty pleasure music for show, like all day.
Oh, like, I got a whole playlist full of guilty pleasure music. Like, you'd be like, yeah.
Shit, I need that playlist. Hook it up.
I'll send it to you after this. Don't even... All right. So, how would you describe your style for people? You know what I mean? A lot of you tell people assume your style, but how would you describe it?
Murder.
No, I would describe my style as like different. I would say that I definitely bass heavy beats. Lots of 808s, lots of UK drill influence. And then as far as the bars, like I would say that my bars are pretty lyrical, but then also they're not in some ways. Like I would say I'm pretty lyrical, but I wouldn't say on the like most lyrical level. If you're going to go, with this, some of the shit that's out there, I would say that I'm like a 65-70% on the lyrical, and then I try to get into some shit you can bob your head to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And but I'd say the style is, I describe it sometimes as female pop smoke, just so people could like get a vibe immediately of what they're gonna hear. But really that's like, heavy 808 beats and like super heavy bass music influence beats and that kind of style of stuff. But I don't know.
That's the most humble response I've ever heard. You said it's if somebody asked me that question, I'd be like, I'm the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate that bullshit. Fucking rappers trying to think that they're hot shit all day is like tired to me. I'm like, whatever.
And a baby was born. And
yeah, no, I was on a live with the homie the other day, and he was like, "I'm the best rapper on YouTube," and I was like, "I'm the best rapper." I had some come back for it, but yeah.
So shut him out with your music. He's just like, all right, I can do this and double time. And you're like, oh shit. I'm not.
That's dope though. I mean, for you to mention that, like from what I got, from listening to the project, I was like, yo, this is hard, but it's not like you weren't trying to out ignorant anybody. You weren't trying to make me think too much, but you were giving me something that like you made me want to do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like you made me, and it made me want to like, all right, let me work out a little bit type stuff. And I was like, yo, this is good music. This is like music for, this is catered to like girls who carry the Vaseline for fighting type shit. You know what I'm saying? Again,
yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. And I realize that like not a lot of people can like fuck with it, or even because like it's dark, right? And then it is also like pretty lyrical. So if you're not into like, if you don't have the attention span for lyrical bars and you just like see me as female rap, like you're not going to really probably fuck with it. You know what I mean? And that's just like, maybe you'll fuck with the song or two. Like everybody loves my song Cherry. And that's because it's very like West Coast upbeat, like easily digestible, like bars, you know what I mean? And I will be putting out some more music like that. That's more happy, like, good vibes, like West Coast, we smoking weed during the day, it's sunny outside kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that I'm working on with my girl Breeza. But as for this album, this project, definitely some murder in your face vibes.
Hell yeah, I love it. Let's get into it. So how was the process making 3 a.m. in Frisco?
Well, a lot of the songs were written during COVID, like, one of the songs was written like most recently was Peace, but, like all the other songs were like definitely written in 2021 and the end of 2020. So it definitely has a dark vibe to it because what was happening.
Yeah, that time period.
So, and like, I feel like, part of me is like, oh, I wish I could have released it sooner or whatever to be more relevant, but it's still hella fucking relevant because like what's going on right now. Like, you know what I mean? But the process of making it was really dope. I worked with Crimes, who has 3 tracks on the album. He's a bass music producer, like, but he does produce hip hop beats for people. So that was really awesome. Getting to work with King Key was amazing because she's one of my favorite rappers, and she's like a Bay Area like household name, or is becoming one. And I really think that she deserves to be that Bay Area household name because there's really not a lot of like female rappers from the Bay that actually do hyphy rap. And so just getting to collab with her on a song that has a Bay Area sound is like really dope, and something that I'm stoked about. But yeah, like as far as the writing goes, I think I wrote, all of them were like some quarantine experiences where like, and that's why I ended up calling it 3 a.m. in Frisco because it's like during COVID, we were just like trying to party and like with nowhere to go. And then you'd end up like walking the streets and shit and just being lit with your friends, kind of like in high school, or like you're just at the house lit with your friends and being with the dark energy of the music for the project. And that's how I came up with that. And the album cover picture is just like a picture from me and my friends drinking one night and like mobbing the streets, and it was on a Hooji, and we were just like, let's use that as album cover. Okay. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah, and I see you have one video for one of the songs on your project, the song "Burr." Something about how what the process was for making that one, and what inspired that visuals, all the visuals.
Oh wow, yeah. The Burr fucking video came out so dope. Shout out to my friend Nate who DP'd that and like kind of came up with that whole lighting situation. Yeah, I was really inspired by A, Snow the Product, and B, Young MA, because Young MA has the song called Burr, and then Snow the Product. You know, oftentimes like people will compare me with Snow the Product and shit. So my homegirl is calling me right now. Text me, bitch. I'm sure she's probably watching this live right now. But sorry, I was distracted.
The Young MA has a song called Burr, and then Snow the Product.
So I just like wanted to like, because I always like will write. Every rapper always writes with hot metaphors, like, you know what I mean. And I was like, let me do a cold metaphor song. So and then, you know, with just, I love Snow the Product. And at that time I was like in some chats with her on Clubhouse and shit. Nice. So, and everybody was saying that it was snow season. So like I slipped that bar in there and, you know, just, but with the video, coming up with the video, the DP really, had a lot of ideas with that lighting scheme and stuff, which actually turned out so dope. And we actually shot like 3 other scenes for the music video, but we didn't end up using them because the ice cream cone or the paleta scene was like so dope. And so actually the paletas in the music video are, this woman who is out of Portland, Oregon. Her company is called Ice Queen. And so they're all vegan, like handmade paletas. And she's hella cool as fuck. And she's got like mad following and is blown up on TikTok and stuff. So we did like a little collab and she posted the song and stuff. So that was cool. Nice. But yeah, coming up with music videos is definitely like a process and something that is like, you think it's going to be easy, but then it takes hella work. So I mean, I'm sure you guys know.
Yeah, definitely. And what was the process of choosing which song? How do you go about choosing what songs you want a video for and which ones you don't?
Well, I definitely wanted to do Burr because I think that song really like represents like my style, you know, and it has a good hook. So, but how I just kind of like choose it by feeling. Like I would love to do a music video for every song, but you know, that's a feat that's probably not going to happen. I'm not going to. King Key is working on doing a visual album right now, and she's doing 6 music videos for the whole EP, and I'm just like, man, that's a lot of work, you know?
Yeah, a lot of work. It is. So I saw you on Instagram. You just shot another video for another song on your project. Like,
we shot just like an iPhone only music video because it's like, you know, it's kind of like taking control of the creative process a little bit and just like not having to rely on other people and just going out there, getting cute and like shooting. Everybody knows we have 4K shooting on every phone now. So like, let's go try it and see what we can make and like continue the artistry, you know, beyond. And like with that music video, like I just wanted like sky and beach at home in San Francisco. And that's what I would have done to that song, even if I hired a cinematographer. So it was like, okay, this is an idea that's simple and we can just go out there and do it. And we got hella cool shots. So, I mean, and then we'll post it up and it'll be tight.
Oh yeah, the phones will get good footage. That's the thing too. It's like there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, "Oh, I couldn't do this. I don't got the funds for it." It's like, bro, you get a little creative. You won't need to spend that much. You know what I'm saying? Like you use your phone every day. You got this good ass camera in your pocket. It's like, yo, you spend $50-$60 on Amazon on one of them stabilizers. You got yourself professional equipment for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. And that's real for sure.
Yeah.
And what do you hope the listeners get from this? Not only this project, but your music in general.
I hope just my listeners like feel empowered, especially the women who listen to it, and like in terms of like artistry and stuff, because I'm like a big supporter of like everybody getting out of there and trying to DJ, trying to rap if they want to, trying to sing, trying to do whatever it is, whatever kind of art you want to make, like, you know. And I really hope that it shows like other female rappers that like they don't have to sound the same, because there's such like an epidemic of all female rappers, you know, eventually when they get to a certain place, then they're all going to come out with like that standard beat that is the Megan Thee Stallion, Saweetie, like, you know what I mean? And like, I just want people to know that they can sound different, because I feel like there's a huge lack of like female rappers out there that do sound different and who are getting clout, you know? And I know a lot of female rappers. I know a lot of female rappers, but not a lot of them that are like on some different shit or some more lyrical shit, honestly.
Yeah. It's a shame too, you know. There's a lot of females won't get that shine because they feel that they're inadequate because of what's going on. Oh, I have to be this, I have to look like this or whatever. And it's really, really
crazy because there's so many. There's like I can name. There's like killers. You know what I'm saying? There's like dope fucking femcees out there, and they don't get that love because that's not what the big side of the business is pointing towards. And it's like a chokehold. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a lady in this game and make some music, but it's like, if you make music you love, then you got to work really hard to get it out there, or you make music they love and you'll get your, you know, easier ticket to the top. And it's just like, it's fucking crazy, bro. Like it's a crazy game. But that kind of touches on a question that I wanted to ask just in general. Like I wanted to ask, as far as like mainstream hip hop for femcees, how do you feel about the mainstream, and what do you think it needs like the most? What do you think is something that like it really needs?
Well, I feel like, you know, I have mixed feelings about the mainstream. Like I listen to Cardi B, I listen to Lotto, I listen to Saweetie, I listen to Bia, I listen to all them, you know what I mean? And that's not saying that like it's my favorite shit. Yeah. But I bump it on the regular and I definitely dance to it with my friends, you know what I mean? But I think there isn't enough representation as far as like different styles of female rappers. It's always, you know, one style that surfaces in the little space that there is in the mainstream, right? And and I just feel like we could just use some more variety and some more mid-level rappers. Honestly, some ladies getting up to I know Beans is right there. She's coming up right now and she did that mixtape thing, and just like some more variety of different kinds of female rappers like coming up and being like as big as like Freddie Gibbs or like, you know what I mean? Kind of just getting on the like mid level right there. Like, why not? Like, there's so many dope rappers out there, and it's like, why does it? I just don't understand why it takes females or like the hip hop community to like so much to get behind a female rapper. I just don't get it.
Because like a lot of times too, you'll have like two examples that stand out to me is like when Lizzo dropped, right? When Lizzo blew up and that song blew up, and it's like, bro, she's spitting, like she's rapping, and it's like everybody's just like, nah, that's pop. But it's like, if there would have been more support behind her getting her rap on, she could mix it up more. Or even like Doja Cat was rapping her ass off before, you know, and now she, you know, one TikTok song blows up and she's like, I guess I'm pop now. And I mean, she's been saying she's going to put out a rap project, but it's like nobody was behind them, you know, rapping. They were just behind their image or they make music, but like no one was really pushing them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was putting them next to a Cardi B unless it was like, oh, they're at an award show type shit. But nobody was putting them next to them as far as on a lyricist page. And it's like, yo, they can rap.
Until they went super poppy. Yeah. And I definitely agree with that sentiment in the way that like it takes these other females to you know, they have to put their music in a pop level and then they will get as big as, you know, a Cardi or somebody off rap. But like, we love Cardi. We love Cardi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we want to party with Cardi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we want to party with Cardi.
Oh yeah, she does her thing. It's nothing against her. It's just like, yo, there's never like a window for, you know, those other dope rap. It's like you got Cardi B, and then it's like on the complete other side of the spectrum, it's like Rhapsody. But like Rhapsody's buzz will last for like a week or two whenever she drops. Cardi B is eternal, but there's no in between. You know,
yeah, I mean, Rhapsody is like extremely lyrical, though. Like, she really is, and it surprises me. I'm like so stoked on Rhapsody because I feel like that's like more of this stuff. Like, I'm stoked on how much clout she has because that means that there are some people listening for more out there, you know what I mean, and able to take it from female too. And like there's just like so many dude rappers out there that are fucking mediocre as shit. Not even like there is a fucking dime a motherfucking dozen for a dude rapper who thinks they're so tight but they can't do shit. Like there's like shit is everywhere. And it's like, but it's just like, you know, I don't know, you know?
They should make dudes rap for their blue checks. That's what it is. A lot of people would have blue checks if they had to rap for them shits because a lot of these dudes are garbage. And it sucks because like there's so many dope female artists that get no love. Like I used to fuck with Ocean. Those two chicks was nice.
Oh yeah, Ocean was dope. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nice. Like dope. And like Little Sims dropped a fire project last year, and
I don't think I even listened to it.
No one talked, and it's crazy. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's putting out quality, and nobody's rocking with them. You got what are those two chicks? They're hard, bro. They were blowing up.
Blimes and Gab.
Oh, Blimes and Gab, like they can rap. I feel like.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Gab is like writing for other artists.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
No doubt. Probably a lot of females who are really nice to rap end up being ghostwriters because that's the only way they can get their skill out there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like not like a game for the week or whatever. If you're trying to be a female and put your your music out, I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. Do you feel that like the male MC should like promote females a lot more, or do you feel like it's like to a point where like you shouldn't have to have a man stand behind a woman? You know what I'm saying? Because they should be just seen for their talent. You know what I'm saying? Like. Because it's also a thing. A lot of guys don't really support females, but do they think they should, or what do you feel about that?
Well, I think in general, like everybody needs to support each other more, honestly, because in the rap game and in the music game, it is such like a ego thing of clout where you're like, oh, like, do I fuck with them? Like, will I share their shit? And it's just like, dude, like, you know, like, I just listen to a shit ton of music and like I show my friends other people's music. I play my friends' music in the car. I'm like, oh, you like this song? This is whoop de wop. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I think, you know, I think over just in general in hip hop and in music, like just like putting on a homie, like what is wrong with, you know what I mean? Like why does everything have to be like, oh, I'm not going to give you my fans, like, you know, like nobody is going to repeat only your songs all day all the time. You know, maybe one person, two people will, but like, you know, but like as far as like a man, like I've been in that situation where, you know, a man thought he gave me my rep because he co-signed me and he put me on and moved to whoop wop. And like, I didn't really make a name for myself except for bitch, I got out there and rapped every single time. Like I wrote these songs and was spitting these bars and I went on stage and grabbed a microphone, like just because like you assisted in that. So I don't believe in that type of shit, but I do think, like why I think dude rappers are often intimidated by girl rappers because often we're better than them, like hands down, like probably 100 90% of the time we're probably better than the random dude that you're going to come to at the open mic night who's going to bust a track. And then you're like, oh, let me get one too. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm in situations often, you know, or before COVID where there would be dudes on the lineup who were straight trash. And it's like, you know, it's like, how do these fools get the spot after? How do they get the headlining spot and you over here still like opening, like type of shit, you know?
It's a crazy game because like you see it all the time. Like there'll be dudes, it's an ego game. And it's like dudes all day will be like, oh, this dude, he'll out rap him. Oh, that's my homie. I'll let him do this. I'll do all that. But dudes won't talk about a girl cooking them. You know what I'm saying? That
the whole like machismo shit.
And it sucks. Yeah. It's like it's all part of the game. That and people like dudes who do that corny shit, like, oh, I co-signed you. A co-sign is literally for people to get that exposure. It's the same thing that a label's supposed to do with you. It's their co-sign. They're supposed to give you that exposure for you to take it and run with it. And a lot of dudes are cornballs about it. Like if a dude's trying to say he made you because he put you in front of people and you killed it, he's a cornball. Because like, if you're nice, you're nice. It doesn't always mean you know how to get yourself out there. So a cosign is just that. And like, I think just bringing it back to the mainstream tip, I feel like a lot of these mainstream, just the male artists, because, you know, a lot of them get that shine. That's just what's in the limelight right now, should be co-signing and giving them, you know what I'm saying? Like when is Drake ever like really rapping with a new, like Drake has literally made how many corny rappers big? When is he gonna come out with, when is he gonna make a low tier femcee just, you know, just give her that spot? You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
yeah, I mean, it's really amazing what you can do for people when you're in a position of power, right? Yeah. And it's like,
why not? Why don't they do that? Like, no one does that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got dudes like Kanye stealing, you know, girls singing their heart out on Instagram clips and resampling it, letting the orchestra do it and all sorts of shit like that and not giving her no shine. But it's like, but you're going to give every single one, like other person who's famous, some sort of look. And it's just, it's a corny game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just very corny.
Yeah, no, it is. And that's why, like, I don't really like care or fuck with like, you know, being in the mainstream or like going that route. I thought that like, you know, maybe that was a good idea for me at one point. And I had people telling me that I should, you know, try to do this and try to do that. And then, you know, at this point, I just realized I'm not that rapper. So I'm just going to make the shit I make, you know?
Yeah.
And put it out.
You make those mainstream runs or like those, you know, those big league runs that you got to fucking kiss ass. You got to change who you are. You got to do all this extra stuff. And it's like, why?
You're not even really making that much money to do it.
You know? You're literally selling half your soul just so your face could get pushed around. And by the time your shit does get pushed around, you're broke. And you're
going to be tired of all those songs. I promise. You're going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to perform this song one more time, but here I go. Like,
oh yeah, it's crazy. You ever see an artist that was a one-hit wonder live years after that one hit? When they have to play that same song, the look on their face is hard. It's hard.
Oh, no. Yeah, I can tell like when artists, like just because I have so much experience performing, like I can tell like what an artist is going through in their head. And like I'll see that when like I see people perform like their hit song, they'll be like, okay,
yeah,
one time, all right, sing it fucking out, bitch. Like, okay, you're like, all right, and then I'm done. Because like really, like you're like, well, as soon as the shit comes out, you're already onto your next shit. And you're like, this song that I just wrote yesterday is what's hot. And you're like, you know?
Yeah. You can imagine how Snoop feels performing Gin and Juice every fucking day.
Yeah, right? For real.
Snoop is phenomenal live.
No.
He sounds like...
I don't think Snoop gives a fuck. He's performing Gin and Juice. No, he like, cash me the check.
He'll do whatever for a check right now.
Yeah, facts.
So tell me, what are your top 5 favorite rappers of all time? You know, I love these lists.
Top 5 favorite rappers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I would have to go with number 1 being a rap group.
Oh, yeah.
I would have to say the hieroglyphics crew
Hey.
from Oakland, California.
Props for
You
that.
said nah. You said nah.
No, I said, yeah, props for that.
Yeah, I would have to go with Hyro being like top as far as like, you know, influence on my life and like influence on like just favorite rapper, you know? And then I probably have to go like Cardi B because I fucking love that bitch. She's a Libra. Like, and what I love about Cardi B is she with Invasion of Privacy, she like really brought like a harder female sound. Cause like that song Moneybag, shit slaps, and it's like a hard, like almost bass music, like electronic-y type of vibe. And she really like before Cardi came out and like really tough and Invasion of Privacy, people like didn't really understand the beats that I rapped on because I was rapping on that shit before, like, you know, before Pop Smoke, before, you know, these really like UK style vibes. So like, yeah. So like Cardi B like made people be able to like digest my music. And so that's why I love Cardi. Okay. And then I will have to go with 3. I think I'd have to go with somebody like Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie Gibbs.
You know, just some underground, some thuggin'. He's an incredible performer, and I really love Freddie Gibbs a lot. And then I would have to say my best friend, Christina, who her name's Dead Pharaoh, but she's an incredible rapper.
She fucking blacked out. She went nuts.
Yeah, so her bars, so I was like, bitch, you need to put out this song because you got me on these bars. But so the story goes like the song. So she originally wrote 8 bars and I wrote a 16. And I was like, well, bitch, you only wrote an 8. Like, there was space for a 16. And then she was like, okay, let me add 8 more. And then I was like, okay, wow. So you came with some super fire after you heard my shit. And then, because the song was supposed to be like, but like, that's my best friend. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, she could take me on my own song every day because she gonna take me, she talks shit to me every day all the time. Like, we talk shit to each other. So it's whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, so she's my favorite rapper. And then I would have to say number 5 would be King Key from the Bay. Like, the bitch is just off the wall, says the craziest shit, hyphy style, only female that is like a true blue hyphy rapper. And, you know, and she's also on the project. But like, you know, I mean, and like, I'm not saying that to say like, just to like mention the homies, but like, I really do believe in them. And I think they are incredibly talented. And, you know, that's like, and being around people who are my favorite rappers, like, inspires me to like rap more and get better and keep pushing, you know?
No, definitely. When you support your people, you know, you put them on your top list sometimes, you know, because you really believe in them that much.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that, Dead Pharaoh, because I'm not going to tell you the whole review, but I'm going to read a sentence from my review. And I wrote specifically, I was like, features were solid, though track 6, she got cooked and airplane served by her feature.
Yeah.
She went crazy.
I know. And she was like, she's like, no, your bars don't suck. And I'm like, bitch, like, you like, come on, like, look what you did. And she's like, yeah, well, no, your verse is fine. And I'm like, bitch. I'm like, no, not that you added the last 8 bars. No, it's not.
Crazy. I was like, God.
Yeah, and she does that every day. And like, this bitch won't post her music. I'm trying, like, it's okay. These bitches were here. They thought the interview were at 4, but anyways, these bitches were here. They went on errand.
Hey, you got a top spot though. You gotta get them to put their music out though. You know, you gotta hear that shit.
Hell yeah. If she puts out anything, please send that my way. I want to hear that.
She's got an EP that she dropped like a few months ago. It's called, so that's originally where the song was for. It's called The Hatter, right? So she dropped an EP called Malice in Wonderland, but then she didn't end up putting the song on the project. And then we dropped it as a single. And then we were like, well, we should just put it on my EP because it's going to get more eyes. So whatever. yes, fully admit that I got roasted on my own song.
Nothing wrong with it. Happens to the best of us. I get it.
Right.
Sometimes you write a verse and you're so hyped about your project, you give it to a friend and they fucking go crazy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the game. But you got to love that too, because now you know that the song is super dope. You know what I'm saying? It went from like, it's super dope.
Oh yeah, this song's crap fire. I mean, I think my verse is still good. Like that's where she got those cadences from originally. But yeah, dude. Yeah, but I just, I'm fucking, that bitch is my best friend. Yes, we just wrote another song together the other day. So, you know, that it just makes me happy to be surrounded by people with like natural talent. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we just be rapping at the house, talking shit, you know?
Fire.
That's the best.
Fire. It's a dream.
So now with this project that's coming out, what's the plan? You got any dates? I know you got one day for touring. So are we gonna do any more shows, or how are you gonna?
I'm performing at Shambhala Music Festival in the end of August with my homegirl Breeza, who we're working on music together right now. She is does the MPC drumming, and she's also like a dope producer. She produces like a lot of like reggaeton and like more electronic style stuff, but we're finding like our sound together, which is more like lighthearted Cali, like beach rap vibes, a little bit of like, she'll change the drums up like a little bit and do some like breakdowns. So we're performing at Shambhala together, and she'll be doing the live drumming as I'm rapping. And that is a festival in Canada. And that is this summer in August. But yeah, I don't have any tour dates besides that. I'm just releasing this music, gonna keep making more music, dropping it. We'll see what happens.
Good shit.
Fighting the pandemic.
Yeah, and like I'm not trying to like, the thing is like about that is like I'm not trying to go out to the fucking like and play the like, you know, like the Wednesday night turn up, and like after the pandemic it's like there's so much fighting for the space at the big shows, and I haven't dropped anything, you know, like a project or anything like that in a while. So it's like, you know, those people are really hungry because, man, like the amount that it hurt people who were already touring. I was about to go on my first tour right before the pandemic, and I was going to go on tour with this band who had like a crazy cult following, and they were going to have sold out shows like Brooklyn, Detroit, Chicago, LA. I was going to play San Francisco at the Fillmore, dude. I was so juiced. And, you know, that shit, I saw all my other homies who had like 50 dates, just like, nope, COVID. And I was like, oh, my shit's going to come. And it's like, you know, like maybe it would have popped off for me if I got to do that. But like, I'm okay with, you know, where I am right now and just being able to like have the clean slate and just dropping new shit, you know?
Yeah.
I
mean, that's part of it too. You got to fight through that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's rough, but it's like, hey, you know, we're still here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're still here. You still got something to say. You still got music. A lot of people take news like that and that they're done. They're like, well, I'm hanging it up, you know, like it's a wrap.
Yeah, like a good run.
COVID fucked people up. Like I know a lot of cats who did a lot of their business and stuff off of like playing shows. Like I had to teach one of my homeboys, shout out to my homeboy Status. He's like an old man. So he had to learn the internet, and it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's hard. He would text me I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going on here. And I'm like, yo, you got to learn it, bro. Like we stuck at home.
Yo, I still have trouble learning the internet every day. Where me and the homegirls are like making some NFTs right now, and obviously I'm not doing the back end shit because that is I'm just here talking about them, you know.
NFT right
so I know I had seen that that's an NFT, right?
Yeah, I made playing cards. I made NFTs, and it was like mad long ago because like one of my homeboys like, yo, NFTs might blow up, and I'm like, fuck it, let me make a few, let me learn. And then now I'm like, holy shit, NFTs have blown up and they're still going. So I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah, we're actually making an NFT for the song The Hatter. So that's with Christina Dead Pharaoh. And that's why we decided to re-release it on on this EP 3M in Frisco, because it really does fit the sound. And I think it makes it like, if I were to take that song off, I think that the project overall is better with that song on there, just as in terms of slappability, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so we are like creating, and we're called West Coast Creators. We're like an NFT crew, and our goal is to like put out NFTs for other artists besides us. And our first drop will be the Hatter NFT, which is, we'll have the song The Hatter. That will already be out on streaming platforms, but it will have an original piece of artwork that actually Christina Dead Pharaoh drew. So she illustrated all of the NFTs, and they're really dope. There's like a Jordan Hatter, a Snoop Dogg Hatter, Beetlejuice. There's the Harry Potter houses, Hatters, and just different cool shit, you know? Yeah. Hey, we talking about you, bitch. Come say hi to these fools. Come say hi to these fools. You got
special guest in the building.
Song.
Come say hi to these fools. Say what up. They want to see who murdered me on my own song.
Yeah, facts.
I'm trying to find myself in the camera. Like, what the fuck?
No, that's dope though. I mean, that's good too. Like, hey, yo, you're making moves, like, and that's how you're supposed to do it. You're making multiple moves. You're doing your thing, even during the garbage times that we're going through right now. You know, having to stay our asses home and whatnot. But that's dope. You know, it's dope to see. You know what I'm saying? The rebranding and just the focus, the vision. Like you know what you're going for. You know what you want to do, and that's something that, like, honestly, a lot of artists, new and even some old, they just can't get a grasp on that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have that vision. They don't map things out that far ahead. So they don't see it. And it's just constant doubt and constant just walls. And then they start thinking like, oh, I'm just going to get lucky at one point, or something's got to happen. But it's like, no, bro, you got to make stuff happen. That's dope though. You're doing your thing.
Yeah, no, I definitely do feel that. And like this is like why I'm even like putting out this project and stuff is because these two bitches who are behind the camera right here, you know, encouraging me to just like, cause I was just sitting in all this music, and like even like yesterday, or we were driving in the car the other day, and some shit started just playing from my phone randomly. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about this song. I'm like, this song slaps. I was like, this song should be on the project. And I'm like, oh, whoops. Oh, well, forgot about it. Like I'll put it out as a single after, you know what I mean? Yeah. And, but now like, this is the first time that I really do have like a clean trajectory on what I am actually doing. And, you know, it's with the help of my friends, Dead Pharaoh and, Miss T Cuddles over here, who's the brains of the operation as far as the NFT goes. But our real goal with the West Coast Creators and the NFT project is to like really bring people into the NFT and the metaverse world who wouldn't be there without our help, because the shit is hella complicated, and like I couldn't do it without my friend who's like a fucking engineer, you know what I mean? And so we want to help artists and also like put other people on. We're going to be launching our Discord and our roadmap. And, you know, we really want to create a community where we help put on other artists, and, you know, we create dope projects, you know, and then are able to help people make it NFTs and make, you know, possibly all have a chance to make some real money out here. You know what I mean? Off our art.
Yeah, it's much needed.
At minimum, you're setting people up into a world that there's endless money. So it's like, if that's the bare minimum, that's fire. You know, you'll get people with that, which is super dope, man. I appreciate that you have that vision, and it's dope that you have a team. I've been telling, you know, Reckless, I know I just recently got him on the team, but I've been telling him, bro, you need to have a solid team, not nobody that's gonna, you know, drag you down or waste time and all that extra. You gotta have a solid team, and you gotta have solid vision. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And once you have that, you honestly, whether you're invincible or not, you feel like it. You feel like
totally. It. Yeah. I mean, because we do the shit that we say we're going to do. And, that's how I think about this whole NFT thing is like, I am stepping into a world that I don't really know a lot about, but I do have a team and I've always been successful at anything else I've ever tried. In my whole life, I've always been successful. So why can't we be successful doing this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fire. I mean, that's dope. I mean, it's about as good as it gets. That's something that everybody needs to take a bit to come out and be like, oh, I'm doing all my own and all this stuff and all that. And but it's like, we people, bro. We need people. We need we need people, bro. Nobody's just out here succeeding by themselves.
Yeah, it's cool if you could do everything by yourself, but you're gonna be real tired.
Yeah. That's me. I'm exhausted.
So to wrap up the interview here, after this project, what else do you got in the works?
I'm gonna be doing a bunch of music with Breeza. Me and Dead Pharaoh are working on more music together all the time. I'm doing a collab with this dude, Victor Mariachi, who's out in ATL. I'm doing some more bass music stuff. I'm collabing with some UK artists right now. I'm writing my bars for that. And then also I should be collabing with Glow. She hollered at me and I really, really would be so juiced to work with her because I would really like to hit those that slow-mo trap vibe, somebody singing on the hook. That's going to be really fire for sure if we get to work together.
I've been looking forward to that one.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that I'm going to end up doing a full project with Breeza. Because we've just already knocked out 2 songs and, we've only met up 3 times, to work on shit. So, just creating more songs with her and stuff and trying to link with new producers. Really, if there's any producers on the live who have some shit that's tight, if you listen to my shit and you like it, holler at me. Always looking to work with new producers and get some new beats, Definitely love the drill sound.
Hey, if you're feeling it, you're in that wave, you're in that pocket right now. Why not?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Anything else you want to add to the people out there at all?
Nah, just thank you guys so much. I can't wait to read your review.
So I had to drop in. I wanted to make sure it's the 25th, right?
It's dropping the 25th.
So
yeah.
I have it scheduled for the 25th. It's going to be at 1 p.m. That's when the review is going to come through. You know how we keep it brutally honest. We keep it real.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure talking with y'all.
Yo, this was super dope. We truly appreciate this. And you could always reach out to either me or Reckless. I know, I've been in the music game for a bit. I know some people. I know producers, all sorts of stuff like that. You could always reach out. I might even hit you up to bother you for a feature too if you're trying to.
Okay, please, let's do it and hit up that. Hey, bother Dead Pharaoh too.
For sure.
And are you guys on Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll drop you a link for our Discord when it drops.
Yeah. I definitely would like to, see how you guys doing that stuff because one thing that this platform's always been about is helping artists. So if you guys are doing something that's super dope like that, that's helpful. We want to help you guys push it.
Yeah, we'll give you a
yeah, man. Y'all too. I'm gonna definitely keep posting your reviews up and stuff. I think they're some quality shit. So I'll definitely give you guys some love too.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I truly appreciate it. And just to wrap this up, let everybody know the project, do the hip hop thing, where to find you.
Okay, what's up, y'all? My name's Raaqel. My project 3 a.m. in Frisco drops on January 25th. You can find it on all streaming platforms, baby.
Yeah. All right, no doubt, man. So I'm gonna hit you up on the sideline. I'm gonna get all your links and all that good stuff. I'm gonna throw this on there, and then I think when I'm done chopping this up, we'll do a YouTube premiere so people can just watch with us, and you can talk garbage to everybody on the YouTube tip. But again, truly appreciate you, and I want nothing more than to see you do bigger things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hell yeah. Mad love to both of y'all, and I'll be hitting you guys up soon. So
talk nice. Everybody, we signing out, man. That was a good one, man. Peace.
Hey.